On today's IoT Time, we talk about smart cities, Ingenu's working on it, and SAP, also why I sound like I might have died. Hello folks, welcome to today's IoT Time, and I have to begin with an apology. My usual dulcet tones are a bit hampered because I woke up with a terrible sore throat, so today on IoT Time I'm actually drinking tea. It's a lovely English breakfast that is hoping to turn my voce away from El Duce. So, let's get back into it. I want to talk to you today about smart cities. You may have noticed on IoT Evolution World, last week I published a story about Ingenu, and they're putting together a national grid for connectivity across the entire U.S. There's going to be dozens of cities involved by the end of 2016 is their plan. It's a really big project. Meanwhile, SAP is working all over the world on smart city solutions, trying to get the municipalities and cities across Europe and Asia especially really connected, really working on improving infrastructure and grids, and I think this is brilliant. The smart city is the hub of where the IoT makes a real difference. I talked to you about how there are two IoTs in last episode, where we have the consumer IoT and the industrial IoT, and the smart city is the end game of the industrial IoT. A fully connected city gives us energy efficiency from the grid. It gives us convenience for residents and businesses. It gives us activity tracking for consumers that want really personal experiences. It gives us intelligence and science about the way people interact with their environment and the way our environments interact with us. It's really important that we make the investments here, and I am calling on two groups to make this happen in the near future. This cannot be a long-range plan. It needs to happen smart, but it needs to happen soon. And those two groups are our governments and our municipalities first. You guys have to take the lead here. You need to show that there is need and initiative because you want to improve your communities. Chicago is doing a great job with this. I recently met with their Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, to talk a little bit about what they're doing in terms of protecting the information that's coming out of their smart city initiatives. But they've got a really impressive plan for getting their city moving ahead into the next phase of connectivity. So that's really smart, and they're not the only ones in the U.S. Boston's doing a great job, largely thanks to the push of MIT, and that is the second group. Our academic institutions, our innovators, inventors, and developers. You guys, you're all one group. You're all working on the same team. You're creating the tech that's going to make this happen, but you need to build it from the ground up appropriately. We got to get past this, let's jury-rig what we had into what we need. We need to build fresh. We need to build solutions that start with security in the code, that start with connectivity in the code, and build those up, because that is the only way that security is really going to work, that we're going to be able to protect privacy. The idea of take this solution that worked in the old days and make it work for tomorrow is only short-term thinking. We need to think long-term, and we need to think about it fast. So this is my call to action. Get your smart city game in gear, people. And that is your IoT time. I'm going to go back to my tea. You enjoy yours. If you'd like to send me questions, comments, or criticisms, please do so on Twitter at Ken Briota or at IoT Evolution. Read all the news at IoTEvolutionWorld.com. And if you have any tips for how I can ease my poor on-fire throat, please send those to me personally. Thank you very much, folks, and we'll catch you next time on IoT Time.